following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Joan Rivers, Earl Holliman, John Kuttner, Gerard Dini, and special guest, Mitzi Gaynor. And now, here's Johnny.
This group is higher than a kite. They've been... Wow, now let's simmer down, folks.
I don't know.
Wow. You've been going to some of your old places, I think, or something. You sound good. You are, I don't know how many of you noticed tonight, but this group here in the studio is seeing in person the last show of 10 years of The Tonight Show. Our short naps are wonderful when you're working. And tomorrow night we'll tell you about our, not tomorrow night, it'll be on Monday.
Monday night.
We'll tell you about our anniversary show, which is coming up, the start of our 11th season.
Yes.
Jeez, like playing pro football. The joints are starting to ache a little bit. Did you see any local football out here?
No.
Football season, you know, is on national television already, but the Tarzana Tomcats.
Oh, I missed them.
No, opened their season here. It's kind of a strange football team. They forfeited the first game because they went into a huddle Sunday, and they haven't come out yet. Very friendly group of players. You get as excited about football as you did when you were in high school?
Certainly.
I tried West Covina once. It was closed. No, it's a pretty place. No, in high school, though, when you're young, you know, with the girls, I remember me and my best girl, Emily Cockenlocker. We used to, up in the bleachers. You know Emily?
I know her well.
From Nebraska. German girl.
Little
Emily
Emily.
Cockenlocker.
Yeah.
We used to... We would, be all huddled in a blanket with a flask up in the bleachers. And that was in July. Boy, to see it. She was a weird girl. So I went to a very small high school in Nebraska. Well, during... This guy's been watching the show too long. We got 40 million straight people. When I say straight people, I mean like straight men. I don't mean... That's a whole different term than when I was in high school.
Yes, that's right.
When you were straight as an arrow. What was I talking about? Oh, straight and all. My little town. I know where I was. We had a high school that was so small that during halftime, one guy came out and formed a picture of the United States. One guy.
That's small.
Oh, that was a small thing. Anyway, what else happened today? You getting used to it out here now? We've been here 5, 6 months.
I've adjusted. Acclimatized.
Hollywood churches are a little bit different, and don't write in. This is not an anti-religious remark. It's just, sermons are a little different out here. The priest said the other day, and so God rapped unto Moses. You heard that? Yeah, what a weird thing. I know. McGovern was on Fairfax Avenue yesterday here in Los Angeles. It's the predominantly Jewish section in that part of Los Angeles. And he's trying, you know, to really get with it. But it just doesn't come off. The people spot it right away. Some little girl said, would you like me to give you a knish? He said, yeah, but easy, just on the cheek. He said, I'm married. All righty. I feel a little sorry for the Democrats. They're having a little problem. First of all, they can't pay their phone bill, if you read this in the paper. The airlines will not give them credit to travel. Do you realize if McGovern gets elected, he's going to be the first president in history who can't get a charge card at Sears? That's weird. You know, he's now flying student standby? Embarrassing when you're out campaigning. Shriver is trying hard, but he just can't seem to get down there with the common folk. You notice that? For example, yesterday in Harlem, he suggested they have a poor people's march on Acapulco. Didn't go over there. We were talking about Ed's book last night, briefly. Ed's got a new book out. And I just mentioned that because it has to do with what I'm talking about. The Better Business Bureau is cracking down on certain, not your stuff.
Please.
Oh, no.
Why must you bring them up in the same sentence? Was
To show the good and the bad.
Oh, I see. All right.
You're good. This is bad.
Okay.
They were cracking down on certain weight-reducing methods that are being used in certain parts of the country. We were talking about diets on the show last night. I have a terrific new diet if you want to lose weight and lose it very quickly. It's the lettuce diet. You walk through a Chicano neighborhood eating lettuce, and they beat the fat out of you. It's a whole new type of deal. All right. Tonight, we have Miss Joan Rivers. We have Mitzi Gaynor. Mitzi's going to do a tremendous production number from her act that she does. We have that fine actor, Mr. Earl Holliman, is with us. We have a gentleman who's written a book. It's called The Kidney Report. It really kids bureaucracy and government bureaucracy in particular. And we have the great Carson is with us tonight, right here on our stage. That's not, where'd Ed go?
He's going to sell something.
Oh, he's going to sell something. All right, we'll be with you in just one minute. Thank you. We'll be right back after a word from Ed and one of our sponsors.
Now, slide takers of the world, if you have a favorite color slide, you can have beautiful color prints made from it. Prints you can carry around with you or send to someone you love. Just take your color slide to a photo dealer where you'll see this sign and order as many prints as you want. When you get your prints, look on the back to see if they were made on Kodak paper. If so, you know a fine quality paper was used. So have prints made from your favorite slides by Kodak or your independent photo finisher.
You know, Mother, Soft White Plus is the first addition to the GE Soft White family in years. It makes me feel mighty proud.
Well, we should be proud, Dad. Our 100-watt Soft White Plus will last twice as long as our regular 100-watt bulb.
Twice as long, huh? That means he doesn't have to be changed as often.
Father, we're on TV.
GE Soft White Plus with exclusive power coil filament. Lasts twice as long as our regular 100-watt bulb.
Hi there. What are you laughing at?
Just you, that's all. You're in a kind of a flaky mood tonight.
Well, we're finishing a decade.
I know, 10 years.
Well,
I told the audience.
We've been together for longer
We've been
than
together
that.
October 13th. We have 14 years together. It's a long time. Remember when we started? I told the audience I was 15 and you were 13. Remember we just got rolling, just starting on the business.
They're not buying that.
I don't think so.
you tell him how I met you? In
You
Philadelphia.
can tell him. It's so...
It was a tender kind of story, and I
it's
don't
really
know whether
warm.
we've ever... You're sitting on a curb in Philadelphia,
Right.
and it caught one of those,
Painful thorn.
well, it was one of those things you stir drinks with. It what was it?
Swizzle stick.
Swizzle stick
Yes.
caught in your toe, and I removed it.
And I licked your
licked my face, and we've been friends
ever since.
And that's why I say,
That's what I say.
tomorrow night or Monday night is our anniversary show. Maybe we're belaboring the fact too much, but
No,
we
we're
have a
not.
lot of
Keep it
nice.
up.
We have a lot of nice people who are dropping by. I don't know what. It's not a performance type of show, although I'm sure people will get up and do something. But we have a lot of people coming in. Governor Ronald Reagan, Dean Martin, Jack Benny, Joy Bishop, George Burns, Jerry Lewis, Don Rickles, Rowan and Martin, Dinah Shore, Carol Wayne, and the president of NBC Television. If he gets out of school in time, Don Durgan will be here tomorrow night. So it sounds like. Or Monday night.
Monday
Keep saying
night.
tomorrow, on Monday night. Do you have anything else to report at all?
That's it. Let's get rolling into the next 10 years.
All right. This guest was with us before. There's never been anybody in the world who
Hasn't been with
here
us before, that's
once
right.
before, sometime. We've never forgotten him. He does the most unusual and unique brand of magic. Do you remember
Yes,
what he
sure.
does? All right. I think you'll get a kick out of him. Would you welcome, please, the fabulous chain smoker, Carson. Good. We'll return with our guest right after we pause for this message.
You'll see a lot of great meals coming out of your oven with this see-through cooking bag.
Brown and Bag from the Reynolds Wrap people. It cooks meat tender and juicy without messing up pan or oven. Succulent pork roasts, juicy chicken, tender ham steak. And it's easy to use. Always shake a tablespoon of flour inside the bag, and it's ready for your favorite meats and vegetables.
Follow the recipes that come in every box. You can't miss. Reynolds Brown and Bag for juicy meats with no oven cleanup.
Renee, you didn't iron the shirt.
Isn't it about time you stop putting up with wrinkled permanent press shirts?
Dishes on the bottom.
Stop struggling with dishwashers that are hard to load. And stop fumbling with refrigerators that need defrosting. Then stop in at your participating Whirlpool dealer displaying this sign. You'll get a good deal on a dishwasher, refrigerator, washer, and dryer, as well as an electric range, all of which can make your life a little easier.
We are back. That's quite an unusual act, isn't it?
You
Fellow
sure you
thinkers.
don't want to quit
Carson,
smoking now?
That's a mutt. Is he able to do that in Los Angeles without a smog device? Aren't you supposed to have some kind of... No, it's very unusual. No, it's enough to make you hold back a little bit. Joni Rivers is with us tonight. She opens on Tuesday for a week at the Westbury Music Fair in Long Island. That's in New York, of course. And she's a bright, funny young lady. Would you welcome Miss Joan Rivers?
Right? That often?
I've never seen you wear anything like that before. You wear that very well. That's
Thank you. Because you don't know I didn't know, because sales ladies out here don't help you.
Don't they?
You know, I had it on the store, and I said to her, what do you think, would go with this? And she said, a bottle of cheap wine.
You run into those nasty sales ladies all the time, don't you?
People just turn vicious around me, John.
Well, that is nice. That's very pretty.
Thank you. Because this is it now, sweaters. Everybody's in sweaters. But, see, I still miss, remember I was telling you I miss the midi. I really do.
The midi?
The midi look. Yeah. It was easy to wear. Came to there, you only had to shave that far up. It was just, And then, unfortunately, hot pants came in. I looked like a gorilla in sweat socks. But,
You just shave every other season that way and wait for them to go up and down.
Or put little bows on.
Do you like to shop when you go?
That's
You like to shop, or do
very
you hate it?
attractive in Latin America that way. What?
Most women love to shop. Do you like, or do you just run into trouble all the time?
I haven't got time to shop.
No.
When I do shop, it's like the A&P or something.
Right.
And then that's not really like fun. You're pushing a kid who's eating the cookies before you bought them, and you're crazy. That's I like to shop if I had time, because when you do have time, like I bought this, you can really pull yourself together, and I'm trying desperately.
I don't understand that you don't like the way you look. What's
Come on, I was going to have silicone shots put in, and that's, oh, why not? Why not? You might, if you're going to have bust line, you might as well have it while you're alive, you know? After you're dead, who cares? You know, you had a good figure, so your grave looks like that. Forget it.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
No. Are you really conscious, you think, of that whole syndrome about the...
Well, yes, John. Because look what counts. I mean, you know, Raquel Welch, ba-boom, and that's it. And, see, but I didn't have silicone because my father's a doctor, and he told me silicone travels. Did you know this?
You mean it can shift?
Yes, and that's how you can spot an old showgirl. One breast and one hip. It's a whole...
Is that... I didn't know that.
Yes.
That man is a doctor.
That man is a doctor. If you're over 40, you go, that's it, $3,000. Yes, you have to be very careful.
Would you ever go to something like that? Would you ever, you know, have something like that done?
Anything.
Really?
Anything. Oh. I don't even care if he's not a doctor. If he just went to Tijuana for a week. I will try anything. Why not? I was an ugly kid. I'm trying to make up for it.
Were you self-conscious when you were small?
Well, see, you're very cute, so you probably were a very cute child.
Oh, come on. Cute.
Oh, come on. You probably were very cute.
Well.
Yes. You know.
Kind of cute.
Little dimply, right? But I was a mess.
Were you a bad news child?
Bad news. People would look in the carriage and they'd say, oh, what a beautiful baby, and they'd spot me and they'd go, carriage. I mean, they just... My parents never told me the facts of life. They didn't think I'd have to use them. I mean, that's a mess. That's a mess.
That's an ugly baby.
That's an ugly baby.
Ugly baby.
Right? I was fat.
Were you fat?
Oh, my dear. I was my own buddy at camp. I mean, it was just... To walk, I needed trainer wheels. I mean, it was just like a, you know...
I can't believe that. I can't believe that.
They'd go for a ride. They'd take me in the U-Haul lift. I mean, there was no...
No, they didn't. All right.
I have pictures.
I hope so. All right.
8x30s.
We're going to take a break here.
Sure.
Then we'll come back and we'll tell some more of these truthful tales.
Yes.
Here's Ed with a guest who has a complaint about the show.
You're kidding.
Yes.
Well, that's right, John. This is Tiger 6. Now, he's been our guest before. But just a few minutes ago, Tiger told me he simply doesn't understand why we always talk about Alpo beef. Why not tell people about his favorite, Alpo chicken? All right, Tiger, there's your Alpo chicken and chicken parts. You know, dogs love Alpo chicken. You know why? One reason probably is that Alpo isn't chicken flavored or little chicken and a lot of something else. Alpo chicken is chicken clear through, plus all the vitamins and minerals for complete nutrition. So the next time you're shopping, pick up some cans of Alpo chicken. And by the way, this is a big week for all dogs of America. It's the 45th Annual National Dog Week. A good time to stop and realize how much your dog means to you, how much love, loyalty, and just plain fun he gives you. So this week, give your dog something in return. Make this the week you introduce him to Alpo chicken. Happy eating and a big National Dog Week. Salute to all you dogs from Alpo.
We are back. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah. Gee, they are full colors. We're talking with Joni Rivers. We have Earl Holliman with us tonight. Mitzi Gaynor, great Kerosene, already has done his thing. And John Kidner, who's written a book on bureaucracy that's very amusing. We got on a kick the other night. We had Frank Buxton on, who wrote the old, we got into the nostalgia thing. And everybody started talking about when they were kids. It seems to be the season or the year now for nostalgia. Do you remember the first date or the first boy's name you were ever out with? When I say date, I don't mean just casual. I mean in a, like he went, you're kidding.
Oh, well, you know I was a late bloomer.
That's right. You told me you didn't date early.
Start, John. You
I'm
know
sorry,
this.
I
No,
didn't mean to
you hurt a person only too often, you know, then you stop coming on the show. But that's, no, I remember very, very, very sadly, John.
Yes.
Because I was living right next door to the girl who was the popular girl around.
There's always one in every high school who's a stunner.
High school.
Grade school?
Heidi Abramowitz.
Who?
Heidi Abramowitz.
Heidi Abramowitz.
My dear. Girl had knicker marks on her legs at 10. I can't tell you. She had underwear that said welcome written across it.
No days of the week.
No,
Just
hello, guys. It was... No, but, you know, and the guy... Because certain girls have... If you're going to have sex appeal, you're going to have it from the start.
I guess
She was
so.
pinned so often. She was the first American to have acupuncture. It just...
That's a lot of pins.
Yes.
Heidi Abramowitz.
And I used to sit... Our kitchen was right... You could see their front door.
Oh,
and
next
she was-
door yet?
Yeah, oh, that's why I was very hurt that you mentioned this. Because I remember sitting with my mother, and, you know, my mother would say, it's all right, she's going to have to pay the piper, right? At 14, the piper was paying Heidi. I mean, there was
Heidi must have meant something.
Oh, and the funny thing is that, you know, like, the mothers always give, and I'm going to do this, I know, with Melissa. My mother
That's
always,
right. You've got to go through all this now with a daughter of your own, don't you?
And what do you say? You say that my mother said to me, all right, so she's going out and you're not, but she's not getting respect, right? With everything else she was getting, she didn't care.
Didn't
You know, and it's funny because, no, but you know this, they're good girls and bad girls.
Every small town.
Every small, and my mother used to say to me things like, sure, when a guy wants to take out that kind of a girl, you know, that kind of, I thought you meant a Spanish dancer. I wasn't too bright. But when it comes to marriage, a man is not looking for that. He's looking for a girl he's looking for a woman who will cook for him and sew for him and get up every Sunday morning and go to the temple and or church of his choice, check one, you know. When it comes to marriage, a man does not want to come home after a difficult day to find a sexy nude broad stretched out in a waterbed. Yes, he does.
Don't let Mother con you. Of course he do. Oh, what else?
Killed me. And she married immediately out of school.
Heidi.
They always say that kind of like a bum doesn't get married, right? You always hear these stories.
Heidi had that, yeah.
You know, Heidi got married, and as she was walking down the aisle, sailors were going like, hello, Heidi, you know. Married a man of the cloth. Owned 14 department stores. You didn't see that coming.
Oh, yes, I saw that coming.
No.
Thought it was Myron Cohen's brother for a minute. He'd met. I didn't know that.
No, but you know what hurt me? Because my mother would always say, like, your time is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Did she push you at all?
Push me? Well, how could she? My mother, I would have a date, God bless her. She used to dress up as the maid. She would try anything. You know, don't stay out late, remember your key. My key had rust on it. You know, whoever came to the house my mother tried with.
Yeah.
Avon lady, she tried to get something going. Anything that rang the bell.
Desperate mother.
Desperate. Because she keeps saying my time is coming. All I know is I had a hot flash this morning. If my time is coming, you better hurry. I have an hour left. When is it coming? I'm getting so old. See,
No,
a man.
you're-
Oh, yes, I am.
You worry about that?
Worry?
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on. See, a man, you're first hitting your prime. You know this.
I'm in my prime.
Starting to get into your prime. Starting.
Is that
Yes.
true?
Oh, you know it, yes. Come on. A man is the most dangerous and exotic. I would say from about 35 on. Yes. No question about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Whoopee whoopee.
Yes.
A woman,
That's an orange.
right? Unfortunately for me, I get up, I look in the mirror, it's all wrinkles. I keep saying, thank God, wrinkles don't hurt. I mean, what do you got nothing left? Nobody cares. I bought a waterbed for sex. I told you that. They get stocked it with trout. I mean, it's just, I told you that 4 times in the show.
I still laugh.
I know. You're the only one. But that's,
Aren't you glad, though, you don't? Well, I'm glad I didn't have, in a way, I have a boy, all boys.
Yes.
And in a way, I would be terrible if I had a daughter nowadays, because I'd be overly protective, being a man and knowing what boys are thinking about at that age when they go out. That's true.
Yes.
See, every father who's got a 16, 17, 18-year-old daughter remembers when he was 17 or 18. And every guy who comes to the door is, you know, is dangerous.
Yes.
You know what he's going to try.
I don't know. I wish. But that's...
Wishing won't make it so.
You know, when it comes to the door, the A&P guy, where do you want these, ma'am? Ma'am? In the bedroom, Sonny. Where do you No, I worry very much with Melissa.
Well, you've got quite a few years yet before she will get
Yes,
to that age.
I hope so.
Kids date young now, though. I mean, in some grammar schools, they have them going to dances when they're 10 and 11 and
Which
so
is
forth.
Crazy, too
Trying
young.
to pair them off. Don't you think that's a little young?
Oh, I think it's ridiculous, you know.
Yeah, really.
And maybe because even I started late, I mean, I had such a hard time that I feel sorry. Melissa's going to have to go through that. I used to get obscene phone calls and say, hang on, let me get a cigarette. I mean, you just...
You were desperate.
Desperate, John, desperate. I hung around the altar so long, I was ordained. Didn't you know that? I have 6 more.
You're crazy.
You're telling me.
But you're going to work the Valley? You're going to work, not the Valley Music Fair, you're going to work Westbury in New York.
Westbury, yeah.
We're going to play when we're back there in November.
Oh, they'll go crazy if you...
We're back with the show November the 13th, I think it is. Or 20th, the week of the 20th, I think we play.
You are
out
so
there.
wonderful. Can I...
I love
you
to
ever
work
seen
around.
him before?
Oh, sure, he's been out to see me.
I took my parents came to Las Vegas to see
That's
me,
right, they did.
and the only one they wanted to see was you. The only one, and you were so great. I take pride. That
They're
sounds
nice people.
funny, but you know, you go like, I was delighted because you were so nice to them.
They were nice people. We'll have to do this? All right, we'll take a brief pause, and then we'll be back. Right here.
Next week is National Bake a Chicken Week, folks. And look what Shake and Bake and the National Broiler Council have for you. A free baking pan made of sturdy aluminum, just right for baking chicken. Chicken's economical and nutritious, and especially delicious when you fix it with Shake and Bake. Now, to get your free baking pan, just send the tops from 5 inner envelopes of Shake and Bake and the price mark from any chicken purchase. Send them to Shake and Bake Offer, Post Office Box 3, Bradley, Illinois, 60915. So hurry and Shake and Bake a chicken tonight. You know, right now is the time to think about painting your house, the inside and the outside, with Lucite from DuPont. Because right now, participating dealers are having a Lucite Penny Saver sale. You can save a pile of pennies on every gallon of Lucite wall paint or Lucite house paint. That's a good deal on a great paint. So look in the yellow pages for the Lucite retailer near you. The Lucite Penny Saver sale is going on right now.
One of the busiest gals in the entertainment business is Mitzi Gaynor. She's travels and works all the time, and we're always delighted when she can be with us. And the last time she was on the show, she did a production number from her act. Get that fixed. Did a production number from her act, which she does in clubs and in concerts all over the country. And she's going to do another one for us tonight, I understand. And she opens at the San Carlos, at the theater, not San Carlos Theater, the Circle Star Theater in San Carlos, which is up by San Francisco, next Thursday. Would you welcome, please, Miss Mitzi Gaynor.
Every woman just whisper My sweet Lord, my Lord, my sweet Lord. I really want to know you, Lord. I really want to be with you, Lord. I really want to hold you, Lord. Gonna take the hallelujah, oh my Lord, hallelujah. On water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who comes on sea. Take a look at yourself, sure that you'll see others differently. Put your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Every time I look at you, the holy book starts to tremble. When I read about the part where the carpenter cleansed our temple.
Thank you, Mitzi. Mitzi's gonna make a quick change. We're gonna do this, and then we'll come back and talk a while. Stay with us. Zoop, ba, doo, 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 pop.
My hair's a problem. And it didn't get solved by my Butterfingers and those do-it-yourself products.
Tell him what helped.
My hairdresser. And a special new perm Phase 7 by Helene Curtis. Gives me a natural-looking curl because the things that make it work are 100% organic.
Gentle. Don't forget gentle.
Like a cosmetic for my hair. Look, I am never going to do it myself again. Never.
Phase 7 by Helene Curtis. Available only at your beauty salon.
To clean one kind of carpeting, or several, you need Eureka and the exclusive Eureka Regulator Control. So you can put the front end way down, or bring it way up, or set it in between, anywhere it cleans best. Only Eureka gives you such absolute cleaning control. Why didn't anybody else think of it? Well, it takes Eureka. Eureka, the very best in vacuum cleaners.
Mitzi change already? All right, let's find out. That might be an interesting show. Here's Mitzi. Come on, Mitzi. Oh, you made it.
Oh, you're awful skinny, kid. Look awful good. How's everybody out there?
Did you get your breath back? It always amazes me when dancer and you sing and you dance and you finish a number and all of a sudden you can sit and talk. If I did that for 30 seconds, I would be in the intensive care at Cedars about a week and a half.
Well, that's a whole lifetime
But you're
thing.
used to that, aren't
really
you?
used to all that running around like a maniac-type lady.
Yeah, that's
And, you know, we had 2 minutes to change. I guess it was almost 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I could write a letter to my mother and have a cup of coffee. Isn't it true? Because backstage, the best show's backstage.
Do you have people help you?
Oh, my dear, I have all kinds of arms and legs are flying over the back. And,
Oh.
you thought I was on me.
We should televise the change some night.
That, I'd like to do
A little
that.
backstage glimpse, folks, of show business.
Really good stuff,
Making the
huh?
changes. Do you, outside of dancing, do anything to keep yourself in?
I jog.
You jog?
I jog, yeah.
Where do
I
you
like
jog?
to jog?
Out here?
Yeah, up and down Santa Monica Boulevard. You know where the bridle path is?
Not recently.
You know the bridle path, yes.
Yes, I've been down there a couple
Yeah, I know.
I've been down there a couple of times. Jogged right out of it. Yeah.
Well, Jack and I jog on that.
Well, aren't there a lot of people around?
Well, no, the cars go by and stuff, and I put on like a bikini. And, well, listen, anybody out there jog? A lot of people? Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, when you get those you're going to start?
You gonna start?
When you get those sweatsuits on and stuff like that, it all kind of hangs out when you run. Yeah. But if you jog in something that really kind of shows your figure, and you're going to have to run in front of people, all of a sudden you start running like this, and you've already got it made for
You kind of
yourself.
hold everything
Sure,
firm and
like
tight.
ladies don't wear girdles anymore, I don't think. Do they? No.
Don't look at me. I haven't tested the others.
Don't women wear girdles anymore?
I don't think very many women do.
I want
because-
to find out something. We don't want to embarrass anybody. We're not going to take any
didn't say
pictures
men,
of
we
you
just
ladies in
ladies,
the
right?
audience. Just jog. No men. Just applaud. Just applaud if you wear girdles.
See?
And now the ladies. No, that was very few. Very few. That's not going to make the girdle manufacturers very happy.
Just what I was thinking.
They're
You're
going to
get
say,
letters.
Yeah, right away.
You're going to get letters.
Left one, come on, equal time, I think.
Right. I'm in the girdle.
Something
Do
like
you
that.
realize what this has done for my wife?
Jogging is good, though, I guess. Didn't you used to? You do the
Royal Canadian.
the Lithuanian Air Force?
No, Royal Canadian Air Force.
Royal Canadian, I thought.
There's jogging in that, but in place jogging.
Yeah,
We don't
that's
get
very
moved.
hard.
Yeah.
My husband broke one of the muscles in his leg when he was jogging. It was New Year's Eve. That might have had a little thing.
Yeah,
Never
it was
jog on New
on
Year's
Santa
Eve.
Monica
You're
Boulevard.
right. But it's funny, I run along in this bikini and a pair of glasses, and I put a sweatband around here, you know, like
Yeah.
Will Chamberlain, and a pair of socks and a pair of tennis shoes, right? And my husband has the outfit and so on and so forth. And I always start out ahead of him. I don't know why. But he said, and it's really funny, he said that somebody said, do you jog? He said, yes, I jog. He said, and don't people say anything when you drive down the, when they're driving down the street? And I said, well, I don't know. Jack, what do you think? And Jack said, they always say, who is that fat old man chasing that cute girl?
But nobody
Yeah, he
stops to
said-
help, do they?
No rescue. No rescue is in sight.
Yeah. That keeps you... We were talking to Joni a moment ago about...
Joan's got a marvelous figure.
Yeah, she does.
And a great
She
figure for
does. She
clothes,
kids herself,
really.
but come on.
No,
Come on. Come on, let's hear it for Joan Figure. Take it up, baby.
Too late.
No,
Good
she's-
figure for clothes.
Yes, she does.
Sure, that means nothing. That means 31, 31, 31. That's a figure, you know.
And she was talking about worried about, you know, getting old and so forth. I've known you over a number of years. You always look young. You have one of those faces. You do.
Oh, you do too.
Hurt, you know. Oh, come on now. I didn't bring it up just so I do.
Boom, diddy, boom, diddy, boom, boom, boom. No, really.
Bum diddy, bum
Yeah.
No, but you do.
Oh, I think it's attitude.
Really?
I really do. I think...
Think young is to...
Well, I never want to think about being kind of like middle-aged or old or something like that. Because, we ain't never going to do that, ever, as long as we live. But I think your attitude is terribly important, and I always go into every job like it's practically the first job I've ever done. I really do. My experience I have in my, in my sack, in my bag. But it's not, like every night you have a whole different audience.
That's right.
And I watch your show as many, many times as I possibly can. And you never do the same show twice.
God, I hope not.
Oh, you'd go crazy, wouldn't you?
Yes, you'd go bananas right here. So you must think young, Joan.
Yes, I
Think
try.
attitude.
But you got a baby, a little tiny baby. Yes. How old is your baby? 19. No. I really went for that. No.
Yes, you did. You walked right into that.
I blow bubble gum. My own way.
Little things like that. Did you start out to be a dancer? You wanted to be a ballerina
I wanted to be
once.
a ballet dancer.
Ballet?
Oh, yeah, I really did. I studied
Classical,
ballet for a
I mean?
while. Oh, yes, with the hair part in the middle and the bun in the back. Yes.
Is it true, and I read this once, I think I brought it up in the show before, certain doctors say that very young girls should not start ballet training before a certain age.
That's
And you
true.
see a lot of these little 5- and 6-year-old girls trying to do these certain maneuvers, and they're not, the bones or the legs are
Right.
not developed to do them. Is that true?
Yeah, most definitely. I think that children in nursery school can go to a dancing teacher for fun and relaxation and...
Give them a certain amount of poise and grace.
Yes, and mommy, look at me and the dress, and daddy, look what I can do. But if, I don't think that the teacher, and there are a lot of teachers who do this because the parents force them into this. Right, Joni? Yes. Sally Klutz is on toe. Why isn't my kid on toe? And the baby's not ready for it,
But the
So,
limbs are not developed
They're just,
for
the
that.
bones are not, and then that's where you see sometimes dancers with really bad feet and bad legs, bad calves.
Yeah.
Because,
Started
they've
too
been-
early?
Started too early, and they didn't, all of my dancing teachers taught me that after you do a set of exercises, the bar and so on, that you must stretch out the muscles that you've cramped.
Right.
And lots of times people don't do that.
I'm glad we brought that up because you see all these dancing classes where they try to get youngsters and they get them into something that's too advanced for them, too early.
And it's like a little leaguey kind of thing, because there's
the competition.
more going on with the mamas and the knitting in the back than there is really with the kids. And it's hard to keep a kid's attention, too,
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm glad you stopped by. Now, I know you got to run and you're going to be up at San Carlos.
Brought my list.
Circling around.
I didn't have a hat this time.
Really?
Yeah.
San Carlos? And then
San
where?
Carlos, October the 5th to the 8th.
Then the Latin Casino.
And the Latin Casino, October 16th to the 29th. And then the Valley Music. Oh, you're going
Back
to be
here?
there.
Yeah, we
I'm going to be
played
there
at Valley
from the
Music
2nd
there.
of November to the 5th, and when are you going to be there?
October 27th, 28th, and 29th.
Well, we're going to be there, aren't we, huh?
Well, we certainly hope so. Thank you, miss.
Start jogging.
Carson, pull the pipe. We'll be back with Mr. Earl Holloman in just a moment. And John Kinnear.
Purina dog meal gets tough with canned dog food. This is the competition. Meat and meat byproducts. It's good, but we set out to make something better. We wanted a lot less water. We put in 28% protein, both meat and vegetable protein, in every crunchy nugget. So much protein, you get twice as much for half the price. New Purina high-protein dog meal. More for your money, more protein for your dog.
Look, there's really one important difference between new Totem man-size sandwich bags and baggy sandwich bags. And it's very simple. This sandwich that doesn't fit easily into the baggy bag does fit easily into the Totem bag. We think you'll appreciate the difference and buy Totem instead of baggies. New Totem man-size sandwich bags. A little easier, but it means a lot.
Travel arrangements provided by United Airlines, the one airline that can say your land is our land.
My next guest. What are you giggling at, DeCordova? Look, we're rolling along here. He's been with us before. He's appeared in over 25 motion pictures, and at one time or another, I think Earl Holloman's probably been on almost every major dramatic television show. His most recent film is the Disney production of Big Enough. He normally does not do talk shows at all. I think he does them against his will. But he's a charming guy. Would you welcome Earl Holloman? I don't know whether you heard the introduction, and I said you normally don't do this, and I'm not sure you really enjoy them. The first time you were here, and the second time you loosened up.
Well,
and, are they difficult for you?
Oh, you bet you're. It's kind of like the nice thing about being a replacement, which I am today, is that you don't have to be good.
That's right. I would mention what happened since you brought it up.
Also, it seems like so long. I sat back there and I sat back there. It's a marvelous show. But it seems like I watched my hair dye.
That's the problem when you sit there and you know that you're going to go on in maybe a couple of segments, and you have to sit there and kind of get up to it.
As soon as I find out I'm on it, I always can't wait till it's over with. That's the kind of... I got a thing today through the... Excuse me. I got a thing today through the mail. I got a lifetime membership to the Pussycat Theaters. I swear to God.
Are they sent?
Huh?
Are they sending?
No, they're not just... No, not to anybody. You have to, you know, something special. But it's...
I'm not plugging this particular theater, but aren't they the ones who show adult films of an explicit nature?
Only adult. No, not that explicit. Sexual freedom now. Things like that.
Well, that's pretty explicit, isn't it?
But,
you have to be accompanied by a registered pervert to go to that. No,
I don't.
Oh, I see.
No, I always I thought how much fun that was. I've been accused of doing them, but I, you know, because you never see the, although I don't always see the faces.
Right.
But with my luck, if a porno movie director ever called me to do a film, it'd be for a hand insert.
Just a close-up model hands. Well, that's show business.
Anyway, we're moving along, aren't we?
You played so many westerns and war films in your career, right?
Yes.
You almost got cast for a while.
Almost got cast for a while?
Typecast.
Oh, typecast.
The tough sergeant and so forth in all the war movies. Did that bug you for a while? Did you want to break out of that? And
I tell you what I'm doing now. I'm David Craig, the guy marvelous teacher that Alexis Smith credits for her, partially for her success in Follies. I'm studying with him, and he's fantastic.
Singing coach.
Because that's right. That's what I'm going to do. Singing and dancing, and I'm having a ball.
You want to be the male Mitzi Gaynor?
The male. I almost wore that same dress.
That would have been terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm working at. I'm
You
having
really
the
are.
time of my life. Yeah. It's
Have you ever sung in a film?
In 1963, I just finished a Western series called Wide Country, in which I played a rough, tough bronco bucking horse rider. And I wanted to do a musical. I said, I sing and dance, you know, a bit. So somebody said, well, he's a cowboy. We'll put him in a Western. He can sing Curly in Oklahoma. Now, that's the hardest thing ever written for a guy to sing. You start out with, oh, what a beautiful morning. Then you go into Surrey with a fringe on top. People will say we're in love. Poor Judd is dead in Oklahoma. Yeah. So I went up to Sacramento to do this thing. And it was so nervous. You think I'm nervous now. The opening night, well, first of all, they had told me, they said that Lloyd Bridges had come up there to do his first movie.
Excuse me 1 second. There's a gnat flying around here that is driving me absolutely crazy.
No.
Get your own show. Excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt, but he was right between our line of sight here, and you were talking, and I'm going like this, which is rather disturbing.
You always go like that.
You thought I was a little weird, didn't you? So anyway, you're up to Sacramento doing this.
I'm up in Sacramento, and they said, now, you know, a funny thing happened to Lloyd Bridges the night that he opened Guys and Dolls, when he went into his first big number. Suddenly, out of nervousness, he started singing it in a whole key higher than he'd learned it in. So this stuck in the back of my mind, you know. Well, opening night, I had said to him, I have a great idea. I said, you know, it's Curly, let's come in on a horse. I'll come in and riding a beautiful horse.
Make
you
you
know,
feel more
because the first thing that happens, you know, is Curly a cappella starts singing, oh, what a beautiful morning. Yeah. Well, they play the overture, opening night, they play the overture. And the conductor goes, da, 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 and suddenly the spot comes on, and here I am, up on a hillside, on the back of this beautiful, beautiful Appaloosa, must be 20 hands high. Beautiful thing. So I'm supposed to sing, there's a bright golden haze on the meadow, and I get that far, and I think, oh, my God, I'm in the wrong key. So, I mean, what do? Well, I stopped.
I'd say giddy up. You just stopped singing, Cole?
What I did was worse. No, I did the unforgivable things. First of all, I stopped and said, well, I'm in the wrong key, and I did this. The conductor couldn't believe what he was looking at. It was like a quarter of a mile away, and he's looking at me, and I'm going like this. And so he turns to the orchestra, and he goes, da 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 da. And I was right. I was in the right key all along. But I was even worse. I was doing this, da 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 da, and I went. The first time, the only time that night that the whole audience heard me, I went,
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, my God. But that
would have been enough almost to get you out of ever singing again.
The next scene was worse. The next scene, well, there's a scene in the smokehouse where I go in with Judd, the old farmhand who's the irascible, festering, dirty villain. And I'm trying to con him into hanging himself. You know, Curly kind of cons him into hanging himself. Sings, poor Judd is dead, and how much we're going to mourn him when he's gone. Well, and then he gets angry, sees the ruse, and he pulls his pistol out, and he shoots through the ceiling. So I said, I pull my pistol out, you know, slap it out. And I say, that's pretty tough on the roof there, Judd. But I said, let me show you something. I said, you see that knothole up there? Now, this is in my, you know, cat-like precision. This TV, you know, He-Man. And I say, see that hole up there? And I fire the gun. And I say, bullet, right through the hole, without touching. Click of the whistle. Click of the whistle. Click of the whistle. That was the night that they discovered that Curly was really a funny part.
Yes. The horse got all the reviews in that.
Oh, boy, the villain got the reviews.
And you didn't think that would have been enough right there, musical comedy, to cool it for you?
Well, it cooled it for a while. That was 63.
Yeah. Have you got... yeah, 9 years. Have you got something that you're going to do now with something coming up with the singing and so forth, or you're just getting ready in case it shows up?
Getting ready, but I'm having a good time.
What's the most embarrassing role you've ever had in films? You're talking about the Oklahoma. Did you ever have one that was really a clunker that you'd best forget?
Which one would you like to talk about?
Anyway. I thought maybe we've talked about it with actors, because every actor usually has one.
I did a science fiction, what my mother calls a science friction film. My mother talks funny.
Was this an early picture you made?
No. Well, it was early. Yeah, kind of early. It was back maybe the 14th, 13th picture I did. Right. It was a science fiction film called Forbidden Planet. And Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer spent like $2 million on it. Beautiful special effects. And the director I had worked for before, and I had played a punch-drunk prize fighter for him, and a good part. So he decided I should play the comedy relief in this science fiction. But if you can imagine, the comedy relief is the cook on a spaceship. So it's a part that Douglas Fowley should have played without his teeth. You know, I was so wrong for this part. And they cast her. I got conned into it, so I did it. And it was just awful, really awful.
You hated
I worked, all my scenes were with Roby the Robot. Do you remember the Roby the Robot?
It's hard to do lines opposite a robot.
Well, first of all, he's made out of plywood. And, you know, later they dub in his voice. You do all your scenes with the script girl's voice, you know. You're looking at this thing, and her voice is coming from over here, and you're hoping that a lamp will fall on you. You hit the back. I had to hit the back of the, you know, the slapping on the back and good comradeship and the clunk of the wood, and you know, later they put in, you know, the metal sound, and I'm dying. Well, that's the most embarrassing, and that's on television constantly.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah. You were in Giant.
Yes.
Right. Did you know the late James Dean? You got to know him obviously fairly well.
Yeah, well, I did after about the first month. That was a strange movie because we were all, George Stevens in those days, we were on location for a month. I was on location in Marfa, Texas, a month before I worked one day. Dennis Hopper and
that's right, he was in Giant.
Yeah, Dennis was my roommate. I've had some interesting roommates.
He's a strange young man, isn't he? I don't know him.
Well, in those days, Dennis was only 19, so he, I mean, we rode down on the train together, and I mean, how can you hate a guy who reads you all his fan mail?
He read the fan mail?
But those are the early days. I mean, Dennis is mellowed, I think. He used to come in every day. Well, he was stay up later, and he'd come in like 4 in the morning, and he'd open all the drawers, and he'd turn on all the lights, and then he'd say his lines in the mirror. But, God, and look at him now.
Yes, he's doing well now.
Dean, I got to know Dean fair just before we came back from location. Dean was a fantastic guy. A lot of people thought he was rude, and he was a strange guy. He really, he felt the kind of that the means justified, the end justified the means. You know, he really,
kind of showed in his work his personality. He seemed almost embittered and very intense.
I liked him. He was a very sweet, sensitive guy. And one night we were all going to Marfa, Texas, to Alpine, which was 26 miles away, and we were in a speeding vehicle. The guy who was Jimmy kind of studied to portray Jet Rink was driving the car. And I know people used to talk about Jimmy's suicide complex or his kind of self-destructive complex.
Right.
I don't believe that for a minute because Jimmy, that night I saw him, and he didn't want to say anything because he didn't want to sound chicken, you know, and it was kind of hairy. But Jimmy crawled over the seat very nonchalantly and sat in the back seat, and yeah, he was... There
was that whole cult that sprung up after his death, you know, which stayed for a number of years and all kinds of conflicting stories. I guess because it was the time that the young people were getting very caught up in or identifying with him, and they just refused to believe that something like that happened.
I'll tell you something that he did once that nobody knows about, or very few people know about. A handful. He told me. We had a talk once for about 4 hours. We walked around Marfa, Texas, because the little girl I was going with, he had been going with prior. I mean, this was a long and involved story. But we had a marvelous conversation, and one of the things he told me was about he had been driving along the highway, and a black guy had been in a car wreck, and Jimmy stopped, and this guy was badly injured, and Jimmy stood over him for an hour and made shelter, made shade for this guy. And in fact, one of the ministers spoke, one of the black ministers spoke and delivered a sermon about Jimmy.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't know the young man at all. He was very talented.
He was a very interesting guy.
Yeah. Let us cut away here for a moment. We'll get this message in, and then we'll come back and talk some more. Stay with us.
This table was beautiful once, but look at the wax buildup. And you can't remove old wax with still more wax. Now, watch Scott's liquid gold go to work. Looks terrible, but liquid gold is dissolving the blotchy layers of wax, restoring the wood to its natural beauty. For heavier wax buildup, leave liquid gold on overnight, then wipe dry. Liquid gold absorbs into the wood, leaving only the natural finish. Scott's liquid gold. Either way, liquid or spray, there's nothing else like it.
Where's my briefcase?
Here's your dinosaur. Watch out for the mailman.
If it's going to be one of those days and caffeine bothers you, don't add to your problems. Try Sanka brand decaffeinated coffee. It's 97% caffeine-free. So all you get is a good, smooth-tasting cup of coffee. Sanka coffee. If it's going to be one of those days, who needs caffeine?
Ma, I missed the bus.
Here's an interesting book called The Kidney Report, written by a gentleman who's been a long-time government bureaucrat, and kind of gives the inside look at the bureaucracy that runs our country. It's called, as I said, The Kidney Report. I'll give you an idea of this kind of stuff he has in it. This is an actual quote from the U.S. Navy Security Instructions. If you've been in the service, you'll understand this kind of gobbledygook, I think they used to call this. Classified material will be considered lost when it cannot be found. Does that sound like the service? Here is bureaucrat John Kidner. John? Everybody who was ever in the service remembers things like that. The Navy instruction thing I just read, I don't know whether you heard it or not.
Yes, there are lots of these. Thank goodness. People easily confused. Things like this need to be pointed out.
Yeah, I remember in the service, I was in the Navy, but the Army did it too. If you would ever get into a government-owned vehicle, they had a little plate, usually fastened to the glove compartment. It would say, vehicle, automobile. And then they would say, passengers for.
Right.
It was just incredible. They had identified this was a car.
One each OD.
One each OD, right. Why? How long, why did you write this? I suppose because you've been involved in this so long that you thought it needed a little clarifying, or?
Well, not really. I retired from the Air Force some time ago, and after this I made a study of the number of people in government to the number of people not in government.
That actually work for the United States government in some capacity?
Who are employed because the government buys goods and services.
Right.
And in 1967, this was about 10 to 1, 10 not working to the 1 that was. This went down later on to about 8 to 1, then 7 to 1. Well, I thought this was significant. So I extrapolated this line down until it crossed the everybody line. And on the 13th of November, 1982, everybody in the United States is going to work for the federal government.
If the graph keeps going in that direction,
Absolutely. And we have enough people trying to mess up the system, but having a bunch of strangers there, I don't know how it's done. And so I wrote this Kidner report.
Exactly what is bureaucracy? How would you define it?
Well, it's a system, the old bureaucratic system, the old BS.
Right, the old bureaucratic system, right.
It's a way of getting things done automatically without having to think about it.
Could you give us a little illustration of how this would happen?
Yes, when I came here tonight, I filled out 14 forms.
You've answered the question.
And I didn't get a chance to read any of them. I don't even know whether they were proper forms or not. I just signed them.
This is a form fetish nation, isn't it?
Yes, and this incidentally is my specialty.
Forms?
Formsmanship.
Are there certain... Who makes these forms up for, say, the government?
Formsman.
Formsman.
We have a dedicated corps.
Dedicated corps of formsmen.
You see, you don't just sit down and put a bunch of questions on a piece of paper. It's like, if you want to teach a mule to do something, you treat him kindly, right? But to get his attention, you hit him in the forehead with a 2x4.
That's right. First, you got to get their attention.
Right. Well, this is what you have to do when you're asking people to fill out a form. Otherwise, they treat it with considerable disdain. So there are a number of tenets to preparing a good form in order to get the people's attention. And for example, one of them, you ask a question, but you don't provide enough space in which to write the answer.
Good.
This makes him think. Then next, right after that, you ask him a question and you provide 4 times the amount of space needed. This makes him wonder what he did wrong in the first place.
That's so true.
And then you always ask something that he can't remember. He has to do some research. I mean, what was your identification card number when you worked in a textile mill at the age of 16 or 17 or 18?
Any questioner really throw them off.
Right. And then finally, you put a warning. Answer every question in this block, in this space. And then right in the middle of that, with a heavy black border, you say, do not write in this space. So you see, there's a lot more to it.
It's just not sitting down and making out a form. This takes a lot of depth and insight into this.
Absolutely.
Good, we'll follow up on this. I think people know what you're talking about. We'll return with some more of our show after this word from Kellogg's Cornflakes.
Morning Kellogg's Cornflakes time from Maine to Honolulu. Everybody loves them, cause here is what they do. They put the milk on Kellogg's Cornflakes and eat them all up. The taste is good and pure and simple. Eat them all up. They use banana, peaches, any fruit will do. There's 8 essential vitamins. Eat them all up. Put the milk on Kellogg's Cornflakes. Eat them all up. Put the milk on Kellogg's Cornflakes. Eat them all up.
America's waking up to a great breakfast idea.
Frosted mini wheats from Kellogg's.
Oh, they're grand and glorious cereals. Make them golden wheat. Oh, they're all-American sugar cinnamon frosted mini wheat.
2 flavors, plain sugar frosting
Or brown sugar cinnamon.
and a great little side.
And fortified with 4 essential B vitamins.
Oh, they're all-American sugar cinnamon frosted mini wheat.
talking with John Kidner, who has a very satirical book out about bureaucracy. I just opened a page here at random. This is military again. This is a sign in the Frankfurt, Germany bachelor officers' quarters, tells the occupants, in case of fire, stand in the hall and shout, fire. Now that's for real. You don't make that up. That's the government in action.
You don't have to make those up.
Let's get into a little bit in the time we have in the vocabulary. Vocabulary is very important in bureaucracy.
It's the most important single factor because it avoids short reports. I just need to point out, look what happened to Julius Caesar. When the Senate asked this gentleman, Caesar, how's everything going in Gaul?
Right.
He sent back a 3-word report, Veni Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. Shortly after that, the Senate stabbed him, right?
That's right. So that was the end of short reports.
Ever since then, there have been no short reports in the military. Even the Department of Agriculture did 29,000 words on the price of cabbage seed. This guy's safe, secure. He doesn't have to even worry about acupuncture.
29,000 words on cabbage seed.
Precisely. Now, in making this protective vocabulary, the protection comes in because it makes everything sound important. And this is because nothing in government, nothing in bureaucracy is unimportant. Mm-hmm. And you've got to bring this out, otherwise people get the idea that there's some frivolity in it, and it's not true. You use, first of all, the 3-ply weight factor. For example, most people would say, I have an idea.
That's too succinct, huh?
I would say I have a standard balanced concept.
Standard balanced concept.
That's the 3-ply weight factor. And this added to an honor guard phrase can take the most insignificant thing and just plunge it into complete obscurity. For example, the thing is to get yourself in a position where you can make a committed uninvolvement. Or an uninvolved commitment.
No, commitment, either way.
And you do this with the protective vocabulary properly applied in what I call a universal response. This is an answer to any question, and it takes on meaning in the context of the question. And you can memorize a lot of these things. They're a bit difficult. I don't memorize them. I have to write them down. Mm-hmm. I remember one time I was chair at a committee, and it was a hot August afternoon, and we had a 3-martini luncheon, and the air conditioner went out. And this guy spoke in a soothing voice, you know. And I closed my eyes for a minute to dwell on a point that he had made. And, he asked me, Mr. Chairman, what do you think about that? I didn't want to embarrass this fellow to let him know that I was preoccupied with something important he had said earlier. So I told him that it's the considered opinion of the chair. You know, I didn't say I.
Considered
opinion of the chair that a standard balance concept, is not always satisfactory for unique operational time phasing. This is especially where incremental effectiveness is universally determined by unmonitorable excursions into the 3 sigma limit. Now, this man was absolutely convinced that I was on his side.
That's the response.
That's a universal response made up primarily of 3-ply word factors. That's a base word, which you modify with
adjectives or whatever.
Yes, and I keep 3 columns of these. Any one word can be mixed with any other word and added to the third one. It doesn't matter.
The relative, correlative factor or something like that.
You've got it right now. That goes with those forms I filled out.
Absolutely right. We have to take a quick break. We're going to come right back. Unrelated. John, this has been a functional reciprocal conversation that we've had tonight. That's the way you work the three-ply. Make up your own choices or parallel monitored capability. It's a very clever book called The Kidney Report, and I thank you for being here.
Thank
John,
you,
great
sir. I
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you for being with us. And Tony, we'll see you soon. Tomorrow night we have, or Monday night, the anniversary show. We hope you'll be with us then. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
This program was pre-recorded.